Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode of Altadena Talks. So, normally, Toni Talks would be on today, but she has deferred her day to Thursday because she's got some special guests coming on that day. So, you just stuck with us. I'm Brian Bacchus. You're stuck with me and my co-host.
I am Jamal
Coming
Smith.
up. And we're
Welcome.
just going to jump right into the nitty gritty of stuff. We ain't even going to waste any time because we already came on a little bit past 10ish today. So, without further ado, sir, you go right ahead and.
So I'm not going to do the slides right now, not the announcements. However, what I'm going to do is, you know how every Monday, Supervisor Kathryn Barger has the Altadena community meeting from 4 to 5 on the YouTube channel. Well, I was listening to it earlier this morning, just the playback. At the very beginning, she actually discusses a couple of the things that they were working on that we had made mention to on the show. Two of which were discussed at the very beginning. The first of which is the self-certification process for expediting approvals, and then the plan to partially or fully offset permit fees. So I'm just going to play the first segment because she talked about this before the overall meeting began yesterday. It's only about 2 minutes long. I'm going to play it so you can hear it. We might pause afterwards and maybe talk about it a bit, but after that, we'll go ahead and do the announcements and see what happens from there.
Roll the tape, Jim.
Jim, here we go.
You should have played Glad You're Here.
I can always do that. Here we go.
Welcome to the show. Glad you're here. Toni hates that. Please stand by.
It's not playing?
I can't hear anything.
All right. Sorry about that. Let me then go to where I was originally.
That's okay. That's why we're very patient. Because things like this happen, though. This is the IT world. I mean, what can you do? So, yeah, there you have it. Rhythm is life and life is mathematics.
All right, so here we go. We're going to do it this way.
Okay, we're going to try that again.
And engineers.
There it is.
Self-certify that E85
Turn it up some more.
Builds meet building code requirements. Self-certification is going to provide another opportunity to significantly cut down on the timeline to receive your building permit. It will also reduce the amount of staff time required for plan checks and further reduce the cost of permit fees. On that note, I also want to highlight the unique partnership between the state, philanthropy, and county, and of course the city of LA to use cutting-edge technology in support of rebuilding. Archistar is a software tool that allows residents to upload copies of their proposed site and building plans. Using AI, the software checks whether the plans meet code and tells the user if changes are needed to come into code compliance. This program will be made available free of charge to the county and city of LA for rebuilds for the Palisades and the Eaton fires. The goal is to ensure that plans submitted to the county and the city do not need multiple plan checks and can move quickly through the permitting process. Ultimately, self-certification and the AI tools will reduce the cost of county staff to review plans and permits. That's why my motion from last Tuesday asked the CEO to require that county departments come back to the board with a revised cost estimate for permit fees for Eaton fire rebuilds. Given the use of these innovative tools, I expect that we will receive a significantly reduced number as it relates to the cost to pull a permit. Our CEO will then be identifying funding to offset or reduce that number and also possibly even waive the entire amount. I also want to touch on infrastructure. We have a lot of damaged infrastructure to rebuild, and the governor has requested significant support from the federal government. However, the county is also pushing forward to create local revenues and funding to ensure we have the flexibility to meet the needs of our community. I am advancing legislation with State Senator Sacha Renee Perez that would greatly simplify and expedite the timeline to create an enhanced infrastructure finance district known as E85 for Altadena. This EIFD will leverage the potential tax increment growth when our county rebuilds in order to generate the revenue needed to restore critical infrastructure. I am happy to announce that this legislation, Senate Bill 782, recently passed out of committee on May 7th. It will now make its way to the Senate floor. We look forward to getting the votes to move the Assembly for approval before the governor can sign it. As we rebuild, partnering with all levels of government remains a priority. Some of you may have heard that Congressman Robert Garcia issued a report today calling for more federal oversight of the nation's emergency alert system. It is critical that we restore public trust in emergency alerts. In the midst of a crisis, residents must be able to rely on alerts to give you accurate, timely information. This report is one layer of those efforts and complements the work the county has underway as a result of my motion to do an after-action report by an outside consultant. The McChrystal Group finished their final community engagement session, and I thank all that participated last week. And I will share the findings of those with all of you as soon as I have them. I remain committed to equipping you with all the information you need and deserve throughout this entire process. Thank you for being here with us. Let's get our meeting started.
And on that note,
All right, folks. So went into a little bit more detail than I had mentioned before, but and two other points. It was different 2 points that she covered. So it was the AI. They're going to implement that AI so it can really streamline the approval process. And obviously you have the self-certification process as well. Plus, because they're utilizing both of those tools and streamlining things and reducing the amount of people that should need to be used to get permits approved and look at plans and all that kind of stuff, they're talking, that's where the money, the offset, either partially or fully, is coming from for the permit fees. So
right.
we'll just pay attention to this and see how it goes. I think it should be really cool. What are you laughing at?
Because, you know, your spouse has worked in IT for companies that, as well as myself, there are companies that were adamant about not embracing AI in their
AI,
modern
yeah.
infrastructure, right?
Oh yeah.
And now the same type of entity with its archaic systems.
Very archaic.
And when I say archaic, I'm like, you're trying to put like an AI, just imagine this. Their systems and they're dumping AI into it is like saying, I want to put a Hemi in a Pinto.
Since we were talking Pintos yesterday. Yeah, it's
you're not, dude. I've been in
not.
IT for like since time began, right? My father was a computer programmer. I was doing it since I'm 13.
Right.
I'm gonna do it with my eyes closed. I've seen. Now I'm telling you, the reason why I am a consultant today and not a worker. Yes,
Marcus.
85, baby, 85. That's what, all the way
right.
live. All the way live.
And that's Brian's class. They're having your reunion this year.
Oh, yeah.
Is it 40?
Stone Gas 40-year reunion, baby. We will talk about that in a minute. I'm going to come back to what I'm doing, which was talking about Hemis and Pintos.
But you're a consultant and not an employee?
Yeah, because let me tell you, as an employee, you are stuck with whatever the company is dealing with. So I'm going to give you a case example. I used to work for this company called IRI. I can say it now. It's been 22 years.
It's been a while.
I don't think they even exist anymore. But they were a big conglomerate company with 15 offices across the United States. This was 2001. I was responsible for 150 people in the El Segundo office and another 50 people up in the San Francisco office. But we have 15 offices across the United States. Our HR was based out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first came to them, working for them, they were on Windows 2000, right? No, sorry. They had just went from NT to 2000.
Sheesh.
Now, with Windows 2000 and IBMs like the ones we have right here in front of us, the Lenovo's, it did not allow you to use the USBs. So the only one that let you use USB was Windows XP. Well,
Oh God.
you had 15. There you go. We were already on XP, or everyone else was in the world.
Yeah.
But we had these IT meetings on the phone, and I only had been there for like a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're gonna do our planned deployment and rollout of XP across all of the offices and this, that, and the other. And these meetings were going every week, man. So about 2 months went by. I said, I'm gonna take a laptop. I'm gonna clone one of these workers' laptops. I'm gonna put the information on it.
Right.
I'm going to in place upgrade it to XP. I'm going to make sure all the programs work. Then I'm going to take it around to each department. And I'm going to let them test it for like 3 days. And if everything works and all that, and say, oh my God, it's so much faster. Oh my God, hey, how can we get ours like this? I said, oh, you wanted yours like that. Right? Make sure, take the 10th one, make sure. I don't want no problems, right? I did my case study. I jotted down all their comments and everything. And you know me, I'm meticulous with the details. So I'm sitting there and everybody's happy. I approved my office and the other office up the hill to get it done. Took us 2 weeks because I made duplicate copies of CDs. You know, it was all standalone stuff. I didn't want to do it through the network because the networks back in 2000 were slow as molasses.
Yeah, they weren't like they are now.
It's like AOL meets DSL. Oh, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. And so,
bye, honey.
No, that was the Meals on Wheels people driving.
Oh.
So, I'm sitting there going, this is incredible. We got this done in 2 weeks. So the next 4 months or 5 months, I'm on these calls. Oh, yeah. Digging in my nose and whatever, just because I'm bored, because I'm not contributing. I'm just going, oh yeah, I totally agree, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, each region has a quarterly meeting where everybody flies out, right? And our office had been taken the last 2 quarters in sales and proficiency.
Oh,
right.
We're trying to figure out why now.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to tell you, this was the weekend of the first game that AI played against Lakers. And they won that first game, remember? Mm-hmm. But then after that, they got spanked. But
I went over Tyronn Lue.
Right.
Stepped over him.
Yeah. So
AI was a beast. I miss him so much.
Ain't it funny? It's like we're talking about AI, now we're talking about AI.
Yeah. Slightly different AI.
Do not eat her food. What's that mean?
Don't eat Sherry's mom's food.
Oh, you know I am. You know,
he only eats it when she's not there.
When she ain't here.
You know. You don't
I don't even know what it is yet, but yesterday it was some succulent shrimp and they getting fancy with them little meals on wheels. Anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about before I get ADD and forget. So
focus.
They come out there and they go, what's going on out here? And I said, well, I got a confession to make. I said, the reason why we've been winning the last 2 quarters is because I upgraded everybody to XP already. And they go, what about the protocols? What about deployment? I said, you know what, you guys, I don't work like you guys. I'm not used to working at a job. So what I did was I just took a test laptop, upgraded it, put everything on it, everyone's software known to man that every department uses, had them tested. They loved it. It works. The USB drives are faster, all this stuff. And then I upgraded them over 2 weekends. I came in here on my own. I didn't get charged, getting paid. Came here on my own and did it.
How you
They
like
wanted
me
to-
now?
They wanted to give me a promotion. I said no. You can give me a raise, but I don't want to leave this section. I don't want to leave tech. Because once you get here, you're in the middle. That's middle management. Now you're out the door. Because you don't bring any value as middle management. You're like the two Bobs on Office Space. You know, they're going, what do you do? Well, I had to take the papers from him and hand them to him. Well, what, can't he just hand them to him? No, because I'm a people person. That's what I do.
Right.
You know, people are trying to come up with excuses to keep their nepotism jobs. But anyway, bringing it back to the county, I've done stints with the county. And when I tell you that they are farther behind than my company was at that time that I worked for, and they were a for-profit.
Oh, it's good. Go ahead.
I mean, the hospitals, and all these hospitals had to get revamped and restructured because the HIPAA and compliancy laws were being breached left and right because you know who is the problem? The user.
Oh, of
not
course.
the structure, not the infrastructure. It's the dummy that brings his flash drive from home and you're already inside the network and now you stick it in there and you didn't run it on your home computer for viruses, much less. Now we're getting a warning that you done stuck something in. So if you're a good IT person, you know how to lock down the whole system. Like I can make it so you can't use your USBs. I can make it so your function keys won't work. I can make it so that, you know, you can't go into the BIOS. You know, you need a password
you got
to get
full
out
control.
of the BIOS.
Full and true control.
If
I mean, you're supposed to.
Yeah. I used to work for Fusion Storm, not Fusion Systems. Don't get them twisted. Fusion Storm was up in Vegas. And they took us to the Super Nap. Now, I don't even know if you don't know what the Super Nap is, but it's this gigantic. It looks like a warehouse where trucks go to pull up and load up. But when you walk up, there's an eyeball that comes out and goes, what do you want? I mean, it reminds me of Star Wars when the, you know, saying stupid language. But the eyeball comes out, what do you want? I said, here for Fusion Systems. Show your badge. I show the badge. You get out. They let you drive in one car at a time to park. You can't just 3 people pull in. You got to, everybody goes through the same thing. Then when you get up there, you got to put a thumb scan and a retina scan. Then you're walking through a turnstile like you're going to prison because it don't go back the other way. And then when you get up there, you got to put your ID under the glass like you're at the bank.
Right.
And they give you a badge to go through the rest of it. And it's got dudes with AK-47s and flak jackets, flak suits on. If you make one wrong move, because, dude, that's where all the money at the casinos are going through that building. Digitally.
That's right. That's right.
All of it, like trillions of dollars a month. So you have to go in and go right to your cage and do what you need to do and then leave. So
ain't no lingering.
No.
Can't just check other folks out like, what y'all got going on over there?
No, you can't stop
be like,
talk, even if you know the person. You got to
keep it moving. Keep it moving.
And he's bought buildings like that all over Nevada because you know why all that's up there, right?
Why is all that up there?
Because that region is the least disastrous area on Earth. There's no, they don't have earthquakes. They don't have, well, they have flash floods, but that's not considered a disaster because they're quick. You know, I was driving down, I was on the freeway one time, getting ready to get off at Boulder Highway to go to the auto zone. Mm-hmm. And the radio got cut off. Flash warning. There's going to be a flash flood in 10 minutes. Flash flood in 10 minutes. Please stay off the roads. I get to Boulder Highway and get to the auto zone. I said, hey, man, I've never been in a flash flood before. He said, hey, you see where you parked your car? I said, yeah. He said, bring it over here on the hill. Right
slope, yep.
Yeah. So I did that. He said, stand right here. All of a sudden, man, all right, say this is the ground right here. Man, that water was like high. And it was just sweet because, you know, Vegas has no gutter system. It's a desert. They only have that close to the strip, not on the outskirts like Boulder, Highway, and all that. Now they probably do, but it's
Hey,
slowly. That's crazy.
when I first moved out that way, I was in Henderson and I was off of Eastern, right?
Oh,
But
over there by where
over
I was.
by what is it, the rich community something 7
Anthem.
Anthem, yeah, or yeah, it was Anthem. But when it stormed up there, I had to go out and actually look at it because it was like, okay, it's coming down, it's hard. I've been in hard rain before, but for some reason, I think my window could see the street from the living room,
Mhm.
and I was like, that cannot be the water. When I went out there, when I tell you, just like what B was saying, when I tell you that water was so high, it was ridiculous. You could have been in a canoe or a kayak or something and went all the way down the street, and you wouldn't have hit the ground at all. You would have been
Nope.
flying down there. But then, what, 10, 15 minutes later,
Dry.
not a
You
drop of
would
water.
never know what happened.
Nope. I mean, you would have seen, oh, it must have rained because it was wet. But then a couple hours after that, it was all dry.
Right.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy. I've known folks, over by those outlets off of Charleston and the
Mhm.
15. Well, right in that area, people get stuck because they think they can go through. Like
Because
after
it's a
flash flood,
bowl.
it's a bowl, and that water will be like 4 feet deep, 4 or 5 feet deep. It's crazy.
Right.
And there's a couple other spots where it fills up like that. But yeah, them flash floods, they do happen in a flash. It's ridiculous.
Man, it is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
But back to your point, though, AI in the city, it's a big deal, considering that they were so not, willing to do anything.
I firmly believe that they've built a network separate just to handle this.
Oh, probably.
Because there's no possible way you're using that archaic system to combine AI. I mean,
I
it's
keep
like,
hearing about how archaic it is.
well, just
like
imagine
used
that
to-
first Iron Man. Remember the first Iron Man?
Yeah.
Remember when he built it? It looked like giant robot.
hmm
It worked, but it was archaic.
It was all clunky and everything. Yeah.
That's exactly the network. And these dudes get paid. I mean, I don't even want to go into it. I don't want to go into it because I know the guy that I took over one of his clients back in 2016. He was retiring from LA County as an IT director, making $200,000 a year for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, because he had a pension.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that's great.
It's unheard of.
But I don't want to work for that. It's hindering me.
Right.
My brain is going to stop in 1970 when it should be in 2025. So
yeah, they would keep you from being innovative and keeping up with what's high tech and new and all that stuff because you wouldn't be able to use it.
And so
not in that role.
After that, I worked there for 2 years. I think that was my only real job I really had doing IT for somebody. Because after that, I pretty much worked for myself. Now, what I would do is, remember, I used to tell you this. Oh, man, I don't know this virtualization software. Let me go get a job at doing IT so I can learn how to do it through the company. And then after I get what I need. But I remember one time I didn't get what I needed. The dude wanted me to learn it in a weekend. I'm like, man, that's impossible.
I don't know. With you,
it didn't work. It didn't work that way. I was so intimidated by him saying the weekend that I gave this flimsy presentation, and he fired me. That was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because I was determined to learn it. Remember, I told you it took me 3 weeks and 15 hours a day to learn the complete setup, from setting it up to setting up the storage cloud locally, to setting up all this other virtual stuff so you can log in remotely, to set up the security.
You're talking VMware?
Yeah. And this was, 2007? Yeah, 2007. This was right before my son moved with me. And I was like devastated. But then I had PWS, and that's when he had 80 servers. And I told him straight out, if I could get all of these servers into 4 servers, how much would that be worth to you? Because I didn't even know what to charge at the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he goes, man, just the electricity alone would probably be worth it. So at that time, they had 80 servers, mind you, and these were hodgepodge. These weren't like you had, because whenever somebody needed something, they just made another server for that particular group of people to
Right.
use. But it got so convoluted, and oh man, it looked like Spaghetti Factory meets giant robot meets a disaster area. Like an
Right.
atom bomb hit some stuff. So
Right.
he said, man, whatever you could charge. So what we did, I charged him 125. No, I wasn't even charging him, but what year was it? 2007? Probably charging him $50 an hour because back then I was charging my age an hour because it was easy money, no big deal. But next thing you know, I convert one to virtual. Took about an hour. So he had 80 servers. So what we would do is we would migrate the server and then we let people use it for a couple of days. It's the same exact IP address, same exact everything. So you don't have to do nothing. You're right about that, Stogie, man. I should have charged Dr. Evil. Not $1 million. Actually, I ended up making $27,000 in a month and a half off that project.
$27,000.
So that was cool. But it was because we set it up to like we're gonna migrate a server every 3 days. And then we're gonna have everybody use it. And if they don't miss anything, now here's the beautiful thing. I had them get 4 Dell servers with 10 1 terabyte drives in them because they didn't have anything more than that in 2007.
Right.
Those servers cost they're only 32 gigs of RAM.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's nothing. But back then it was VMware 32-bit. So you didn't have to worry about it. So what we did was we used 64-bit chips, but we had the 32-bit VMware platform. So then they came out with the 4.0, which was 64-bit. So now you got to migrate all of the machines off of one to the other. And it's 4 machines, right? They're not using all the storage, of course, Mr. Genius. I said, look, on the weekend, Friday night, we're going to migrate one of these machines all the way over to the last machine. And then we're going to upgrade this from the 64. And then we're going to migrate all of them from that one back over to this one. And then we're going to keep repeating that process until we get them back to where they're even.
Right.
Now, that took 2 weekends. So we did 2 servers, and then we came back the next week and did 2 servers. I didn't want to do it while they were working during the week. And I don't know how much money I made from that company that year, but I think that started me to thinking, why am I charging so little?
Oh, yes.
And
we always talk about that.
Right. Well, it went into, from
you had to
there,
learn.
I went to Cobleson Entertainment, and that's when I started making the big bucks because they produced every movie you probably ever watched. They won an Oscar.
They had loads of cash. Yeah.
Oh man, remember when y'all helped me move them out of there to Century City? I think they should have stayed at that Sunset office. That was dope.
Yeah, it was.
But that was during the time where this one company, they were partnered with one company. And that company was partnered with Franchise Films, and Franchise Films did 2 movies. One was Get Carter, I think. It was the one with was it Get Shorty?
Get Shorty?
No, Get Carter was Mel Gibson. So it was Get Shorty. It was Get John Travolta.
Yeah, that's John.
Shorty was Danny DeVito. He was supposed to be the actor. That's why it's called Get Shorty. But it didn't do too well. And then they did the John Travolta movie, Battlefield Earth, based off of L. Ron Hubbard's Scientology. And that was a total flop.
I don't even remember that name.
Yeah. I mean,
That's how
you know
bad
me.
that was.
I work for him. I see scripts all
I
the
know
time.
why
People
you know
are
it, but
giving me
man,
scripts to try to slide in. Hey man, can you get this script up? I
that
said,
don't
look,
even
dude,
sound familiar.
this script is 5 cents, and he's $1 million man. I read it. It was garbage. I can't give this to him, and it come from me. Are you crazy?
It's 5 cents. It's a
It
5 cent script.
It is a 5 cent script
It's a
trying to give
five
it to a
dollar
million
boy, and
dollar
I'm a
man.
$1 million man.
Right. No, I had to take it to the real extreme because that dude didn't. Some people, you know, even if they had ChatGPT, they still couldn't write a script.
That's a damn shame.
That's a rap line.
Chat'll do it. Chat'll do it all for him. That's a what?
That's a rap line. You're so dumb. You can't even rap with ChatGPT. My father's computer back in 1980, he made it rap Kumo D's Wild Wild West. It was the funniest thing because you ever see the IBM commercials when they go Aptiva, you know, that little computer voice.
Mhm.
Well, he used to make it rap and it would say, I used to go downtown 129th Street, Comet. Yeah, we got it good. A lot of brothers hate to come back to this very day. It's corny.
I know it sounded crazy.
But my friends loved it. They were like, hey man, have your dad make the computer rap again, man. That was dope. I'm like,
Shoot, you were used to it.
I know. Me and Emil used to be at the house and playing my dad's drum machines all the time because you know he was like he had all this equipment and stuff. So me and Emil was like, yeah, man, we're gonna make some money. We're gonna make all these beats. We're gonna shop them to people. We have big dreams.
Hey, you gotta have them, man.
But you know, we
You
were
should have
just really
kept doing
doing
it.
it for fun. We should have.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would have been fun.
I wish I had.
Because I had made well, my dad, remember that synthesizer that's at your house right now?
Mm-hmm.
That my dad bought that in '88. And he brought it home and he said, Brian, I need you to learn how to use this and show me how to use it when I come back. So for all you guys that don't know, my dad's been blind all of his life. So the reason why he wanted me to learn the synthesizer is because he's used to using analog keyboards. And since he can't see and the keyboard doesn't talk in 1988, I came up with this ingenious way. Well, I didn't come up with it at all. He did. He said, go to the beauty supply and buy a thing of clear nail polish. Clear nail polish. Okay. He said, now, if you want to show me where the center of something is, you put a dot of the clear nail polish on the middle button. And then that way I know where the middle button is and I can go ahead and now you can tell me the left.
On each side.
So if he puts his left hand on, he puts this finger on the middle button, then this one is horns, this one is strings, this one is wind instruments, and this one is something else, this is something else. And then when he pushes it down here is horns, 1, 2, 3, then string, then alto horn, saxophone, all that shit, right? Excuse me, stuff. And I went through the whole keyboard. I mean, I made some songs on that bad boy. I did One More Try by George Michael because that's real simple. It's like 4 chords and a simple bass line. Then I did Egyptian Lovers, They're So Fine. No, Dance Little Girl. Because I like that beat. That snare was crazy. Because he had the drum, it had a sequencer on it. So I could play all these tracks and then I could layer them. And I don't know how to play the keys at all. But if you listen to these songs, you would have thought I did. But what I did was say the tempo is 80 beats per minute. I just slowed it down to 20, fingered it, and then sped it back up, and it sounded like I was chording it. Not recording it, but playing the chords. So, oh my God, I killed the game. And my boy's like, man, you should play that at the club. I'm like, nah. Because you can tell it ain't. But then I played it at the club, dude. And that bass, I didn't know, because you know you can't hear bass until it
Well,
actually is thumping on bass.
it sounds totally different when you hear it like
Yeah,
that on the right
unless you
system.
got Bose speakers, which nobody had back then, or couldn't afford
Right.
them either way.
Yeah, it was
But
only in studios.
yeah, man, I was just like, that was some good times, man. I thought that was hot stuff. Played it at Hollywood Live. Dance, little girl. I wanna see you dance. I had that thing going. Oh my god! I wish I still had that tape because there was a cassette that I recorded it on. Somebody out there got my cassette, and somebody else got my Soul Train videos of all the times I was on Soul Train. Kevin, you know who you are. I know you be watching this because your boy, huh?
No, I was just gonna say I know you still got one too, though. Like when you were at the scramble board.
No, I'm talking about. I had a whole VHS of all the episodes of Nothing But Me. You know,
Oh, really?
The camera
I never
focusing
seen
on
those.
me. I never, because my boy came over and was like, "Hey man, let me borrow this, man, so I can do it." I'm like, I never saw it again. This was '89 because I had finished. I was '87 to '89. That was cool. I was there during the New Jack Swing era, which was the best era of all time to me. I don't care what y'all say, but none of y'all that have ever gone to clubs and danced ever danced as hard as we did. We were never fat. You couldn't gain weight in our era.
Nah, y'all was getting down for real.
And I just got finished putting both Guy albums on my flash drive to put in the car. So I'll be in there talking about round and round I go.
That's what you're listening to yesterday, right?
Yeah. No. When I pulled up on you, I was listening to I Want to Get With You. I want to get with you. Don't forget the crew. Cause you can get your girlfriends and I'm gonna get you. But that beat is sick. Oh my god. New Jack Swing era there's nothing ever gonna be a sound like that. People still gonna be listening to that. You know what threw me off is in 2019. Is that I was listening to K Earth and they played Guy. And that's when I knew I was officially old. Because K Earth only plays songs that are 30 years old and older.
But it's okay though. Hey, that music lasts forever. My kids know that music. That whole 90s, 80s.
Jordan left his iPad at my house one time in 2005, and I listened to it, and I almost cried. This dude listened to everything I listened to. He liked Jamiroquai. He liked Seal. He liked Depeche Mode. I'm a variety. I'm all over the place. And he just, oh, dude, not only that, got married on the dance floor forever. I'm telling you, man, dude. The highlight of my life, not my life, because the highlight of my life was when my son was born. But one of the best times of my life is when we were dancing on Soul Train and they go, next up, Guy. Nobody knew who Guy was at all because, this is pre-internet. We don't have social media. So we're sitting there waiting at the dancers going, oh, next up, dude. Oh, next up, chum. Oh, next up, buddy. Oh, next up, Pat. So we see these three dudes walk up on stage and we still don't know who they are, right? And they go, song is Groove Me. And when they go, Groove Me, I think that really the way you move. Hey, we was getting our groove on, man. Oh, that was fun. I showed Sherry that the other day. That video with my first ever appearance on Soul Train was with Guy.
Right.
And then let's fast forward to
I'm trying to find some videos of them
15 years later.
Groovers.
Oh wait, you should tell me. We'll do that on Throwback. I got a whole 8-minute segment of it. You're gonna be, first of all, y'all ain't never. Yeah, while everybody's out there thugging and gang banging and girls getting pregnant and all this other stuff, we was in the clubs plotting who was going to walk out with the crown jewel of the trophy of the night. So we was coming up with routines. We were a cross between the what's that group that Run used to be with?
Who?
Pop Lockers, Rerun. Shabba-Doo and all them. What was that? They was the Poppers or the Lockers, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a cross between that and going into like the R. Kelly era, where he still was dancing, but not really.
Man, but y'all would be sweating and
but girls loved it.
Oh, now y'all were getting down.
In fact, I'm gonna give you the prime example. Eddie Murphy, 48 Hours, when they was on the dance floor, and Big Booty Trudy comes outside, and she goes, "I really had a good time tonight," and she's all sweaty and fine, and sweaty and fine. But every woman back then didn't care. They get their hair done, stacks. But then you see, in fact, I'm going to show you something. I know my boy probably going to get mad at me for doing this.
And we got here by starting with AI, everybody. Just
right.
So you know. So you love how it transitioned to dance.
But see, so my boy Legendary, that's his real name. He was with the Soul Brothers. He has videos on his page. This dude is still dancing, and he's the same age as me. Still dancing. I think he took some of the stuff off because I don't even see it now. He sucks. I'm mad because he took stuff off his page. Oh my God. What was it called? Let's see. I don't know. Freak Beats.
Here, I got something. Because it's Legendary, V-Love, and Craig E.
Yeah. Where you see it? Oh, here it is right here. I found it, dude.
You got it?
See, I'm the one that posted it in 2010. Ain't that funny? Hold on, man. Let me share this. So you guys are in for a real treat because, of course, and let me come back over here. Because when you see this was us getting our groove on, man. And I'm proud to say that I was part of this era. And when you see, I'm happy to share this with you. I'm shocked I found it. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, cut the music. Put this on full blast. It's not that great a quality, but you'll be able to see what you need to see. It starts off letting you know.
1986. Can we take you back?
Oh, so cute. There you go. Soul Brothers, baby.
Look like DL up in there.
Soul Train. That's the Soul Brothers on Soul Train. That's V-Love in the front. That's Craig E. See, that's why I don't like playing stuff on here because
as far as the trendy scene,
man, they are skating their butts off.
Oh man,
different scenes. One scene coming out of Venice. You had your posers, who were trendy gang. It was a black gang who hung out basically around Venice Beach, and they used to get into it with the locals around Venice, the skinheads, suicidals, lads, you know what I'm saying? So they developed their own little look.
Dance on dance crime.
Right.
Even come from a little bit before that through Fishbone.
That's why I got all my style.
Fishbone, who was influenced by
that was my straight style.
Ska, and also the gang of the areas that they lived in. Then you had, the college element. So they come together. They call themselves the college boys or the preppy boys. you know, and
Prep.
they'll put together a small little routine where they sit up in the lunch area and do their little, you know, dance and scream out their name. All these groups were influenced by,
Had the girl
you know,
screaming, boy.
the first was really the house party. And so everybody there was
Shut up.
basically, you know,
Don't
in
call
their
my
own
name.
little cliques. And they were
Look at
doing
Alex.
these
The
dances
Romeos.
together.
We had these
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
that we used to go to called Ultra Wave, Jam City.
All them flyers, dude. I did
One
all them
Nation.
parties.
The big dogs. Ultra Wave was the big dog. And they started having these dance contests. And man, every kid in every high school across California was in a dance group. And
That's
that's
for
where you
sure.
went to prove that you was number one.
And basically, that's how it all started.
Freak beats.
Freak
It was
beats.
freak beats, but it was freak beats.
He's a
I
boogie
already know.
historian.
But what was it called before that? It was something else before it was called freak beats. The foundation was like what?
It was trendy.
Like what we call freak beats. That's a whole different tempo, a whole different
It's called
sound
techno hop. That's what we called
You
it
know,
first.
compared to the tempo and sound that we're dancing to now.
Music was going,
are here.
120, 140 beats per minute.
Yeah, freak beats basically came about. I would say it hit the strong point of Los Angeles because we were poppers, and that was the closest thing to being a robot. So certain music fit being a robot too. You know, Kraftwerk. You know, that's why Kraftwerk was always a popular group amongst blacks, even though they were a white European group. And they were so.
That's where African
because
Body got hit. That's what I was talking about. Those
brothers were
dudes
trying to
right
make
there, the
robots.
lockers.
Yep.
You know, so in New York, they weren't trying to be robots. You know, they were more or less trying to be kung fu cats, you know.
Kung
It was a
Fu
little
cats.
different. You know, so, but, you know, talked about computers. That's what brothers, that's what brothers was, you know, getting their computing on. You know?
Yeah, that was me.
It was this certain moves that you did back in the day, right? The skate, the posure, different moves, and then you took it to another level. Those were like some of the foundation moves, and then you just kind of took it to another level.
Man, just keeping up to that stuff. I mean, I know cats from New York used to come out here and they used to really trip. That was the first thing they tripped on was how fast we were dancing. You know, it's just like, my God, man, you guys are just all over the place.
Yep. Now this was the dopest scene at the Ukrainian Center. No, that was the vet. That was the vet. That's the Ukrainian Center. Right there on Melrose in Vermont.
Yeah.
That was the dopest little routine right there. Get a little hop up. And don't mess up.
Right.
And that's the reason why this song is my favorite song for this era of all time. Push the button.
Push the button. Yep.
And the Georgia Junior Creatures, boy, and all of them was fun. They was the cheerleaders at the school and had a dance contest at that night.
At that night.
I couldn't get the words out right.
It's all
Cheerleaders
good.
at the football game and later dancers at the party that night. Your car, are they in the rock controller? What? Are we in the controller? Are they in the rock controller? Now this song was very prophetic. It talks about the computer age, but this was 83. Everyone must have a machine.
Kenny and Kimbo.
Make life easier. I can't say that. Control. Or maybe we give them a soul. I guess we must think we're God. Man, so much fun. This is my youth right here. This was gave me life to be able to go, and then you learning somebody else's moves that you didn't say them before somebody else. I come back to bed and be wow. Me, DL, Lance, Anthony Larsoul.
Oh my god.
That dude was the dopest at all brothers. He was his moves was snapping. But the one dude that did the drunk skate, oh. You know, he always has something to say. And the more things you have hanging off you in that move, the better. Because it looked like your move. Now this dude, he was killing drunk skate.
Damn.
From the kick.
What?
It was fine until that last move. That was my childhood right there, boy. Are we under the controller? Are they under our controller? What? Oh, good times, man. Well, you're coming up on 9 more minutes. Oh, you want to do any announcements or?
Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, that was dope, man. I remember when I had some creepers. I lived too far away to be part of a group because I was just, commuting every time.
I'm about to scare y'all right now before we do the.
Scare us? Oh shit!
Yeah. Before we do the. What do you call that? What I'm trying to say?
Announcements.
Yeah, the announcements. I want to take you back.
The announcements. Breaker 1-2. What do you have for us before the announcements? Let's go.
I'm trying to take you back in time, but hey, I had that many pictures of certain people. Jeez. Yeah, wow.
The song I like too is Technicolor and Play at Your Own Risk.
Play at your own. You know what? When that song first came out, I thought they were saying way out instead of way out. Way out, way out, way out. Ooh, way out. That's what I thought they were saying. Oh my God.
It still sounds like that if you listen to it. It's like, okay.
It does.
You got to listen closely to verify.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, that's dope.
You can find out my whole life.
Technicolor. And of course, all the Egyptian lovers. Egypt.
Oh,
Egypt.
God. Oh, and I had every Egyptian lover. Well, he only had 3 albums back then. 2, maybe. But I had all of them. Okay. Oh, that's why I'm tagged in pictures with people. That's that. Okay, I'm in the wrong section. No wonder. I was like, bruh, where's my? Oh, I got some funny pictures. Yeah, go ahead. We'll show it at the end because I can't find it. Oh, here it is.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
All right, y'all. So I went to a Halloween party when I was living up in Vegas, and because we bowled on Halloween, and I dressed up as from me back in the day, and here it is. So I had the vest with the buttons all on it, the stingy hat. That shirt wasn't a normal shirt I would have wore with that, but yeah. But I got some ones where I'll show you my creepers. But them creepers was super thick.
They still make them?
Yeah.
I might have to go back in time and grab some creepers. They were some pretty sturdy shoes. They remind me of Doc Martin.
Doc Martin did make creepers.
They made them. Yeah. But I mean, yeah. Mine weren't Doc Martens, of course. I couldn't afford
Mine weren't either.
Mine were knockoffs, but
mine were DL hand-me-downs. My first creepers came from DL. I needed to go to this club. And I said, DL, nah. I say, man, can I borrow your old pair of creepers? Man, I was the rock star of the night. Oh, those are dope. Check it out. He had the ones, he gave me the ones with the fur on
Right.
them.
That shit was
So
dope.
he actually put me up. I mean, we went to our first grooming parties together. We went to the vet. We took Lanier and Mark Hightower. And
Oh, that's right. Lanier used to get out too.
yeah, that was some fun times, man. It was, dude, you live in Pasadena, right? And we got some fine women that was our age back then, you know, fine. But when you go to LA, you're not even looking at Pasadena no more. You're like, nah.
You know that's what they say the same thing coming into Dena, because it's like we know folks in
I
Dena.
know. My
And
boy,
then we go to, you see some new
start
stuff.
naming off all the fine ones. Hey,
Yeah.
man, I used to, man, where Terry Parker at? Where Terry Morgan at? Where Ayana? Where's what's her name? Tammy Barton. Where, you know, all the ones. You know, like where are these little morsels? And I'm like,
You like
y'all,
who?
y'all flexible. They got about, man, I'm going to LA. Like, where's the Lisa? Where's, you know, and they had names that fit the prettiness. When you seen the Mercedes, she had the little tight eyes. It was green. She had that hourglass body, and her cousin's name was Portia. Fine, boy. I'm telling you. Don't get me started. We'll spend a whole show talking about all the morsels that I've ever come across in my life because I used to do parties. So I was seeing them all. And the beautiful thing about seeing them all is that you get to see everyone come in, so you know which one you're trying to talk to. You're not in the club stumbling, fumbling.
And they more willing to talk to you too because you work in the club. You know what I mean? Because you running it.
I was dressed like Guy and stuff back in the day. Had my little brooch on with the little rayon suit on, talking about round and round I go. I like.
All right, I'm gonna do these.
Go ahead, brother.
These flies. What? Okay, sorry. I saw something on TV. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. We're gonna jump off. We're gonna get these taken care of rather quickly. We're gonna start with the disaster recovery centers. 540 West Woodbury Road, still Altadena, California. Monday through Friday, they're open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then on Saturdays from 9 to 4. On the right side, you see all the different departments that are there. The assessors, mental health, public works, registrar and recorder, and the county clerk. Then we hop over to the One Stop Permit Center, still at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210. Now, for walk-up or walk-in hours, remember now they're only open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30, no Saturdays. However, if you want an appointment, those are available only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 to 12:30. They do have an option for an appointment on Saturdays from 8 to noon. And if you want to have an appointment with the Southern California Edison planner, you can have those on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to noon. And you would just go to recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding/1-stop-permit-centers to go ahead and set up your schedule for either one. Want to remember these important dates. June 1st is the deadline for all those who either opted out or did not submit a right of entry form to get a fire debris removal permit and to hire a licensed contractor. And then June 20th is when you need to have all the debris removed. Now, if you don't do either of those two, your property may be declared a public nuisance. Now, if you don't do the debris removal, then what may happen is that the county will step in, go ahead and remove it, and then charge you. And if you don't pay for it, then they might try to recover their money through putting a lien on your home. So avoid all that. Go ahead and just take heed and get all your stuff done before the deadlines, and you'll be good to go. We kind of touched on, as a reminder, every Monday Currently, there's an Altadena community meeting on the LA County's YouTube page, which is at youtube.com/at County of Los Angeles Newsroom. We played a little clip of the beginning of the one from yesterday. You can still go to their website and to the YouTube channel and listen to the whole thing, and then we'll get it up on our webpage as well soon. Still have the Dina Relief Drive, Pasadena Church, 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. This is every Saturday from 11 to 4. And if you want to volunteer, you can go ahead and scan the QR code. Neighborhood Savants has the senior luncheon every Wednesday from 12 to 3. So that would be tomorrow from 12 to 3 at First AME Church, which is 1700 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. To register, you can send an email to msz_strong@yahoo.com, or you can call 626-673 And then, of course, we have every Wednesday at Fair Oaks Burger, We Out Here, better known as, is he even here? Oh, he stepped away, so he ain't gonna say it. So I'll say it for him. We Out Here every Wednesday. Fair Oaks Burger, 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue, where you can actually get fresh fruit and veggies, hot food and snacks.
We out here.
There it is. There it is.
I'll be there tomorrow. Stay tuned. We out here.
Yep. So you have all these great items, including legal advice and resource booths and more. And there's an opportunity for you to actually to donate, to sponsor, and to partner if you contact Miss Juicy Little at gmail.com. Then we have Neighborhood Savants again, taking care of the Pasadena High School seniors, where they actually offer free hairstyling and barbers, as well as makeup services to help the seniors get themselves prom ready. You just follow the steps, go to the website or scan the link, book, select either your hairstylist or makeup, pick a date and a time that coordinates with your school's prom, create the account, and then show up and let them take care of you. It's a great service. Can't we should probably get some feedback from this to see how everything goes. We'd love to see how it gives a live account of this. Now, here's something that I've seen and wanted to make sure that we had up here. It's free medical and mental health clinic. It's open every Monday and Wednesday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Walk in or come by to schedule an appointment. This is at the Eaton Health Village at Pasadena Seventh-day Adventist at 1280 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. So primarily they're there for medical consultations, medication refills, mental health services, and case management. Secondarily, you can actually get vision and dental care as well. To contact them or for questions or appointments, reach out to 951-595-7032. Then there's a farmer's market, a free farmer's market. Fridays from 4 p.m. To 6:30 at 3541 Brandon Street in Pasadena. This is actually, like it says, every Friday right now. And I forget which church this is because it is a church as well. But it's a free farmer's market. And we have today at 6 p.m. Dr. Demetra Clark's Grace and Grief virtual mental health workshop and book discussion. This is where you can actually tune in to strengthen your mind and build mental wellness, mental well-being in her virtual mental health workshop. And this is put on by the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Foothill Alumni Chapter, and along with Second Baptist Church of Monrovia. Again, this starts at 6 p.m. and you can go to drdemetraclark.com to register. LA County Public Works is actually having a workshop on like-for-like rebuilds for communities in the unincorporated LA County recovering from Eaton fires and the Palisades fires. The workshop is designed to include an overview of the zoning and permitting process. This is Saturday, May 15th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can register via Zoom. Um, it's a Zoom call, rather. I'm sorry. You can register by scanning the QR code or going to the website lacounty.pw/rebuilding WRK SHP 3. Then we have the Altadena, which is at Metropolitan Baptist Church at 2283 Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's this Saturday. This is they're asking you to join them for their monthly distribution held every third Saturday, providing hygiene products, clothes, shoes, resources, and so much more to the community affected by the Eaton fires. So definitely check them out Saturday, 10 to 4. And as we've been mentioning many a time, we're excited for the Loma Alta Park reopening, and the LA County invites you to participate in the fun and to connect. So the event is going to highlight the reopening of Our Spot Teen Center with the Loma Alta Pool and much more. Some key highlights: at 9:30, the Altadena Children's Playdate will begin, and the new playground ribbon cutting will be at 10:30. At 12 p.m., there'll be an unveiling of the 2 Dodger Dream Fields, which will be featuring baseball clinics with the LA Dodgers Foundations. And then 2:30 p.m., there'll be the Altadena Community Picnic. This is all Saturday, May 17th from 9:30 to 5 p.m. at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. Now we move over to some of the business stuff that I had mentioned we're going to start having. So the LA Regional Small Business Legal Aid Program is expanding, and they're offering free legal help, which can include all these items listed, such as commercial leasing, landlord and tenant questions, small business setup and registration, contracts, intellectual property, trademarks, employment law, debt negotiations, natural disaster relief. For more information, you can go to opportunity.lacounty.gov/legal aid, or you can send an email to sblhelp@betterzedek, that's ZEDEK.org. I'm sorry, that's bet, BETTZEDEK.org. Or you can phone them at 866-375-9511. Couple more slides. So the LA Area Chamber of Commerce Foundation is offering small business disaster recovery fund application portal powered by Lendstreet. You can actually go to lachamberrecoveryfund.com to get all the information that you need. And then also there's the Altadena Disaster Relief Small Business Loan up to $75,000. Applications are being accepted from May 6th to June 3rd. And there is a program overview today. It was today from 10 to 11. But if you do want to have more information, you can reach out to altadenabizrelief.lacda.org or call 626-586-1760. And that's it for the slides today. Brian stepped away for a moment. I know he'll be back in a few seconds because he's paying attention on his phone. But this was a combination of a little bit of information and some way back Wednesday, because we were talking about how we used to groove, or more importantly, how Brian used to groove and the things that were happening back in the day. I would do a little bit on the sideline. I was too busy dribbling a basketball at that time to really get down too much with the dancing, but I did have some fun with it a little bit. I could skate a little bit, and that's the only thing I know how to do still to this day. When I hear those songs, that's all I do is skate, and then my ankles get sore, and you're muted, and then my ankles get sore.
We used to run home and watch MV3 with Richard Blade so we could see all the latest videos. So when Guy came out, they introduced the Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
and,
yes.
That Groove Me song came out. We learned a lot of dances because, he was already doing these dances in the clubs in Virginia where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
then it started on New York. New York didn't like the stuff, so when it came across the country, oh, we embraced it.
Just took it up. Yeah, New York has always had a different vibe. They've always done their own thing.
Well, they stayed in the hip hop era until Biggie came out. Then they wanted more dancing in their videos all of a sudden. Now, I'm going to tell you, the early hip hop artists, Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D.
Oh, they used to get down.
LL. I mean, LL used to dance.
Mhm.
You know, he used to be doing his stuff.
He didn't just lick his lips. He danced.
No, and then, I
But-
mean,
But
he
Heavy
got
D
this
was the
move.
dude. As heavy
Yeah.
as he was doing all the moves
Oh,
just like his dancers.
especially when that song came out. We got a own thing.
thing.
We got our own thing.
I can't do it. How do you do that so
I
fast?
miss
Diddly
those
diddly
days.
diddly dee.
Diddly, 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 diddly.
Yeah,
He
that.
said it after.
Yeah. Diddly dee. I can do one of
But,
them.
man, he came up because he did Guy, then he did Janet, then he did Mike. Man. And he even said it, got Janet, got a Guy, then Janet, and Mike, because of that ain't Janet. Man, I mean, I miss those. People put effort into their videos.
Oh yeah.
They just walk around.
Folks used to get
talking
down.
Only person that I respected that didn't dance, well, actually a few of them, Rakim.
Oh
He
yeah.
needed to, because he was moving the crowd. He just,
I just saw a video, but wait, I just saw a video of how Will Smith said he was trying to emulate Rakim's style when he did Summertime. Because he had supposedly he had gone out all night and he couldn't get his voice up where he normally was, so it stayed down low. So then he's like, okay, I'm gonna try to get it smooth like that. Because
But it
Rakim,
worked.
the video there was, he said it was dope. Because I guess he and Rakim were together, and he was like, man, I totally was trying to be just like you and have your style when he did it. Because apparently people were asking Rakim, like, man, did he bite your style? He trying to do this, that, and the other. He's like, man, he's doing what he do. And it worked.
Right. And nobody was mad though, because in a straight up battle, Will would have lost.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Rakim's a lyricist, and I still don't know why he's not. People don't think about him when they talk about top lyricist. They forget about him.
First one we heard. And
He
UTFO.
Sick. Right.
UTFO came on. Walk across the metropolitan in the USA. Everybody wanted to talk about DJ Mixmaster, DJ Ice. To be precise, the boy is nice. And then what's his name? With Slick Rick. What was the other rapper name? I'm surprised I can't even think. Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh, yeah.
He came out, and then the Fat Boys came out.
Dougie.
Fat Boys killed it. We didn't care they was fat.
They were dope too. Yeah.
Killed it. Then here come Latifah. Well, first it was Roxanne and Roxanne Shante. Roxanne Shante will kill Roxanne. She was the lyricist. She became a psychiatrist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And much stuff as she went through.
She's still on. I follow her on Instagram. Cool chick. Just regular. You would never know she'll bust on you.
Right.
Yeah, the lyrics, boy. And Moni Love. Moni
Love was sick too. Who?
Right.
Moni Love, MC Light was nice.
You ever listen to rappers from England?
In Moni from England?
Yeah, but not her style.
Oh no.
Ones that actually have the accent.
Oh, have the accent. I've heard a few.
It sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
I'll wet you. That's when they understand somebody. I'll wet you.
The teacher was sick though too. Karis one.
Poor Righteous Teachers, Kwame. Brand Nubian came along, X-Clan.
Jungle Brothers.
Tribe. De La Soul.
Oh yeah.
That was the era of educated hip hop.
Oh yeah. PE.
And the record label
X-Clan.
They didn't want you empowered. They wanted you killing each other. So here comes, they ushered in the era of gangster rap, which the vibe was cool. I mean, I grew up listening to Roger and Parliament, so the music was easy to adapt to. And Dre was the king of that. You know, he knew how to get the beats together, and Ice Cube wrote all the lyrics, and they suffered when he left. Boy, I'll tell you.
Oh, for sure.
Because they tried to do that one where they dissed him. He came back with no Vaseline.
100 miles and running.
And killed the game. Because it's 3 of y'all, it's 4 of y'all, it's 1 of me. Y'all can't beat me. They had to go and get DOC.
He was already part of the group even before. In the clique, even before Dre left.
I had DOC perform in my club in '89. He hadn't even come out with his album yet.
Oh man, make it funky.
Man, people was
funky enough.
They didn't know. It was like,
dun, dun,
where this
dun, dun,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was sick. You know, what doesn't get any credit or enough to me is Quick. DJ Quick as a producer and a
lyricist. I killed his album in 1991. Man, I was bumping it. I had 2 15-inch Blob Punks bass speakers in the back of the box with 2 650 amps, one power in each speaker. I busted my back hatch window twice from the resonance. That was crazy. Good thing it was tinted because it would have fell right in. Well, we have been on here an hour and 16 minutes, and miraculously, Instagram is still going. Oh, we got the Altadena Library joined. Thank you, Altadena Library. Now, so you know, the Altadena Library tags our page all the time when they put stuff in stories, so that we'll know about it, so we can announce it. So we really appreciate them, including us, in their posts. Now,
thanks for thinking about us.
People sleep on the library. I mean, you can go up there and read books and stuff like that, but they have computers, they have workshops and classes. They really want you to come up there. It's free.
Stuff for everybody in the family, not just kids. It's for everybody.
I mean, quiet as it kept. When my computer wasn't working, I have the internet of Altadena, I would go right to the library and use them.
Yep.
Because, they had computers, they had libraries.
It's a great resource to the neighborhood.
Man, my father used to make me go to the library for 4 hours a day in the summer, Monday through Friday, from 8 to 12. And I used to wonder why, he want to make me do that. And he'd be like, I'm trying to get you to the point where you're doing this homework, but read 2 chapters ahead. The reason why is because then you'll never be behind.
Never.
That wasn't good for me, because then I thought I was smarter than everyone. I'll be in class.
Sorry.
You didn't read the what do you call it? You didn't read the book last night? One time our teacher got mad because I forgot my book and he thought I didn't do the work. I said, well, give me a spare book and I'll finish before everybody in the class. I sure did. The open book test. Done. Get out of here. You messing with the wrong dude. Yeah.
How you like me now?
And now we know the real reason behind take that.
Take that.
Now he getting to take that. So that trial started what, Monday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yes, and Cassie's supposed to testify today.
She's already done so.
Oh, well, that's it. Guilty. Case is over. Thank you, David. Wamaya, for
Iwamia. David Iwamia.
Sorry.
Remember David Iwamia?
I can never say his name. That's why I always said David I.
Yeah.
So forgive me, sir. I don't like to be butchering everybody's names because people always butchering mine.
I think Greg Iwamia was class 86.
We got Melanin Fused Glow joined. Thank you very much for checking us out on the Altadena Talks Instagram. along with the Altadena Library, and the classic Ash joined.
All right, classic Ash.
Yeah, all that Ash and the
Hmm.
classics.
Oh, speaking of Ash, I want to go to the bad Ash, which was the
Oh,
lady
so let
who
me tell
Tony
you,
brought us.
I
Yeah,
had a cookie, the red velvet cookie. Remember, I was fiending for it. Well,
from
Zaire,
there, that was a different joint.
no, from
Oh, from there, bad Ash.
Zaire went there and bought a dozen cookies, one of each.
Mhm.
And I said, man, I got to get that red velvet, homeboy. Can I get that red velvet? And I ate that red velvet. Oh, my God.
Was it
Wonderful.
delectable?
Man, I needed some coffee with that bad boy. Iced coffee would have even done great. But yeah, I'm going to have to get over there and get some filming in on that spot, too. You know, I'm about to become roving reporter now, bro.
You ain't about to be. You do that anyway.
No, but I gotta be able to get to all these spots at the same time. You know, always doing everything at the same time. So we're gonna have to join
it out.
Well, thank you, Karen. Karen said great show. You know,
Thanks, Karen.
We had to take over for Toni. She's on assignment today. So, you know, she's moved her segment to this Thursday only. You know, sometimes she does Tuesdays and Thursdays anyway. But you know, once the thing
we're a fluid program.
Yeah, once this thing with UCLA comes through, and a couple of other, you know, promising situation grants, we'll be able to go on location a lot because we'll have the necessary tools. Because see, anything that you give to us in donations, you see that little ticker going across the bottom. That's how you can support us. You can send it to our Stock Click Media account or the GoFundMe account or directly to me. All of it goes into the Altadena Talks Fund, which when we start season 3, we're going to have the GoFundMe set up for that only. And basically, our website will launch on season 3. The new and improved is going to be dope. It's going to be compliant. It's going to show our financials so that you know what we're doing with the money. We actually just got our nonprofit account open yesterday, and we're going to be having a special guest come on Thursday because we got earmarked some funds already. So I'm just happy to be able to say 85 shows, Jamal. Dang. Never thought we had it in us.
It still blows me away every time I think about it. That's a lot, but it doesn't seem like it didn't take that long to do it, and we've been having fun doing each and every one of these.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, it was started off sorrowful, but even though I still crack jokes here and there, I hope that this has helped as many people as we hope it would help. And I'm just going to take a look at the numbers because that's what actually shows me, you know. Now, you guys might get confused because, like, right now on the live, it shows, like, I don't even know what it shows. It just, these numbers up at the top of our screen don't mean anything. That just means, like, it'll show, like, 7 people watching or 6. But then when you go, like, I'm going to go to it right now and just see how many people watched. Because, you know, I like people to know, you know, what's going on with us. Okay, so let me share this real quick. Not trying to be bragging.
While he brings that up, one of the things you guys can do to help us out is just share this on whatever platform that you're utilizing, you know, because we can do Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Just share it. Oh, that's not bad. Look at that.
So in the last 28 days, almost 51,000 viewed it, 19,000 was reached, almost 1,300 content interactions, including comments, likes, and loves and all that, and 11 more people followed.
Now, mind you, around, you know, the first couple months when we were doing this, we were averaging probably like about 22,000 views.
Oh no, it was higher than that. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Because we went from 26. I mean, if you're the rolling 90-day period, I remember going from 26 down to 23, and then it hovered around there for quite a while.
I was looking for that one number.
So you can change the
Well, I was going back to the
time frame?
90-day
Yeah.
thing. So we
Can you
had
change which
well,
90 days it is?
this is the 90 days, but it's sorted by date. So if we went all the way back, you'll see like big numbers. Like I think I got 22,000 when I first went live,
Hmm.
and then let's see, I'm almost there. I think, unless it doesn't go. Oh, it only shows you the last 90 days. So February 12th is the farthest back it will go now.
Hmm.
But I got screenshots from all the other ones, so it's not a big deal. But
We're doing all right though. That's the
yeah,
thing.
we are.
I think
We
our
are.
consistency is has proved to be one of the benefits that we, for us. Obviously, the information that we provide. I know it's not jam packed with that vital information all the time, but I think we
As it
got to
shouldn't be. You
mix it up.
never get there with that.
Yeah, I think mixing it up is makes it a good combination. We got a good formula going,
Now
and the fact that
remember,
we have some regulars, I think, really helps because we like getting that interaction from you too.
this is just my page.
Mhm.
This is including the Instagrams. It's not
I know.
including the YouTubes, and it's not including yours and Tony's.
Yeah, there's the.
So
I get
I
you.
mean, Altadena Talks has its own thing. Let me see what theirs is. It's growing because we weren't able to go live on it until like 60 days after we started. So we do the overview here. It's got 907 views in the last 28 days. So we're not getting the numbers there. Excuse me. The whole time I'm really trying to push this platform, but we have a majority of the people that we know are on our personal platforms. That's why we share it to them as well.
Hmm.
But I mean, that's not bad. We also have other content on here too. That we show. In fact, let me show you guys what it looks like when you go to the Altadena Talks page itself. I should have viewed this as the page, but of course there's that. And then we have little things that we post up all the time. So and we don't forget our shorts. We always got little shorts going. And but it's vital information. It's just a lot of informative stuff, and it's vital information for you. Just check it out when you get a chance. Follow the page. I think we got 224 followers so far, and then we started a group too, and that's got about 68 members. We're not trying to reach the masses. We only really care about people from Altadena checking it out. And if you got anything, now other people are welcome to check it out and join. And if you got anything vital that will help us out, please inbox us. You can send it to altadenatalks@gmail.com. You can send me a messenger request.
Send me a messenger request.
Right.
So many different ways. Call us, text us. You know how to
all
get in
that
contact
all
with us.
that good jazz.
All that.
Jazz.
Man, I'm gonna have to start listening to some of that music now.
Oh, dude, that's our era.
I know, but I haven't listened to it for a while. I was on a rock zone for a while, like guitar solos and that kind of stuff. I think I get in that zone sometimes. That's what I want to hear. There's this cat. What is his name? Joe
Satriani.
Yes.
Yeah,
Something like that. Yeah. You know who that is?
I do. I know all the guitarists.
He is a beast.
Yeah, I do. So as a musician kid, I watched everybody do stuff, and I loved hearing the musicians rehearse when my dad had his band and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I would pick up the stuff and play around with it, but I never really learned how to play it. Except for that one keyboard. I learned how to do that only because my dad asked me to help him out with it. But I really showed no interest in music until '88 when he brought that synthesizer and Guy came out, and I wanted to make music like them because I could hear See, my dad taught me how to isolate, listen to a song 20 times. Isolate every instrument each time. So the first time you listen to it, listen for the bass line. And just listen for that the whole time. And the second time you do it, listen for the drum snare. Then listen for the bass kick. Then listen for the keys. Then listen for any horns or strings that might be in there. And only listen to that, isolate it. So I started listening to the music like that. Now, rap doesn't have that. You know, the beat is the beat. That's the prominent thing. But sometimes the beat is not the prominent thing. Sometimes it's the horns. I listen to Seal. Seal has a lot of elements going on in his music. He's got a lot of airy sounds. He's got a lot of not back beats, but background strings, and like his music sounds euphoric. The early album, you know. But as he kept going with the different albums, and I listened to every last one of them. I got the one in '89. I was driving down Altadena Drive in '89. And I was listening to K-Rock, and the song Crazy came on. And I pulled over because I never heard anything like that before. And I just listened to the song, and it sounded so, it took me from it to another place.
Right.
And I called K-Rock, and I said, who was that artist you just played? And they said, Seal. I said, who is that? He just came out. I went down to Music Plus because it still existed. And I went and looked for everything Seal. Music Plus, baby. And went down there and saw Seal album. I grabbed that, but then I went to the CD5s. Remember the CD5s? They would make individual singles, 5 different remixes. So I bought Crazy. I bought Fuji Love Paradise, and the remixes were crazy. It's like so different and airy and euphoric. It had you flying. It was like almost LSD music. If you were high, that's what you would listen to, because there's so many elements going on that your mind would actually comprehend them. I've never done LSD, but I've been told that that's what it does to you. It lets your mind open up, and you can actually see everything, which sometimes you will see hallucinations. But
right.
I take that as, you know, that's what I would think that it would be filled with. Is that, you know, you can see, you can taste colors when you listen to certain music. What are you showing?
Can you hear it at all?
No.
Damn. No, I'm not showing nothing.
You didn't turn the sound on in the browser?
It was on. Hold on, let me try.
I heard nothing, but only play like 10 seconds. You know how that music be dinged.
No, that's okay. But it was Joe. It's got this low. I mean, this one is just a slow, rhythmic kind of song, and he's playing real simple guitar until he gets in the middle. Then he's like, hitting some riffs that are just ridiculous. There's one song called "Always with Me, Always with You." That's the song I'm listening to right now. Awesome.
Who else? Bill's actually pretty good guitar.
Jeff Beck is sick. Obviously Prince.
Roger Daltrey. Who else? Of course, the great Eddie Van Halen. And he's the most popular rocker because he crossed over before anyone did. I mean, when you get called to be on Michael Jackson's biggest record, the first single dropped after Billie Jean.
Right.
And you're from Pasadena. Oh, man, it was over. I gave him mad respect. And then his tours would be $100 million made on the tour. That dude was so rich, but he did not live rich. He chilled. He had a regular house.
That's how I would be.
And millions of dollars in the bank. He just had a drinking problem, and it killed him. But, you know, we all got our vices. You know, some people, it's a lot of pressure. You know, I always said, I don't want to be in the forefront. I'm the behind the scenes guy. When I used to do the club, I was behind the scenes. I didn't want to ever be in the front spotlight. When I was working with Joe Torre, I was behind the scenes. He always wanted to put me in a video, but I like to be unknown. I like to be the fly in the room on the wall, just listening. I remember we did Vlad or whatever it's Vlad the show. It was 3 hours of filming.
With
And of
Joe.
course, yeah. I fell asleep at the studio snoring. They had to wake me up. It was being filmed on the thing. Man, I was tired. The air conditioning was feeling good. I was out. We have been running around all day.
And we know you can sleep anywhere.
Oh man, it was out. It was crazy. So today I did blowout. I didn't pat it down. I just I'm kind of letting my hair rest. No more twist ups and stuff like that. Pretty soon this thing is going to be so big it's going to not fit on the screen.
You're going to have to back up then. You can be way back here.
Right.
Your head will be like this.
They're going to call me Don King's illegitimate nephew. Yeah, it's going to be there. I mean, it's already longer than this. Shit comes all the way up to here. It's already hot. It's just that, your hair, when you're black, it curls back up no matter what. Well, it shrinks back up to your scalp. It's like, come back. We got to protect the scalp.
Right on. We're
right
hour
on
36 in.
Right on.
Probably let these folks go.
Yeah.
Get on with the getting on.
Oh, my boy D came on. Thank you. That's my homeboy that's my Stiller homeboy right there.
Steelers? Yeah.
Yeah. They came to the birthday party when I did the one at the what was that place called?
In LA when you had it outside.
Beverly Hills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That was I always try to give my parties don't never cost money. I usually take care of everything. The only thing you had to come there and do is buy drinks. But I usually make sure there's food there and stuff like that. And appreciate D coming on. D's daughters getting big. They graduating. They getting ready to go off to college. If they haven't already, I haven't been in touch with them in regards to inquiring about their ages. But he just had fun hanging out with one of his homeboys. I looked at his Instagram the other day. They was out there chilling.
Nice.
I wish I could be out there chilling, but I ain't got chilling money, I got to go to free stuff right now because every time I got to go to something serious.
You're still trying to get situated, man.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It's gonna be all right. I miss my boy Ernest's party, and he only gives it once a month. That's a dope party. All the little slabs come out. We used to do it at the bowling alley up in Penns. Those are days, man.
That was fun up there.
Oh my God, I gotta find some of those pictures. In fact, I think I got my homegirl up here. She passed away. Yeah, she.
Sorry to hear that.
Cool people. I think I was there when she was celebrating her birthday at the bowling alley one night. I think I got pictures. Let's see if I can find some. Gotta go to albums. Album. My brother always used to say album. They gonna play that new album? I'm like, boy, if you don't say the thing right.
Albin and the Chipmunks.
Albin. Albin. All right, I got some pictures. Hold on. Let me go ahead and share these real quick. So this was the scene at the bowling alley. Nothing but artists, athletes, celebrities, but it was down to earth because they came there because it was a safe place for them. So this picture is this is my homegirl Aunt Sharia. She died a few years ago. She had cancer. She didn't let anybody know. She was like that. So we used to play spades, dominoes. As you can see, all the lovelies there. That's my boy right there. Chico. But you can see, it's just crowded. It's just beautiful people. There's Teddy Riley. You know, yeah, I'm telling you, and Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall can ball. But Spinderella was on my team, and we were coming back from Virginia, ironically, from where the guy is from. And I got there too late, but and the other bowler, Dietrich, didn't show up either. But between our scores, that averaged about 230 in that league. So when you're not there, they take your score minus 10, which is 220. And she lost to them by 5. By herself.
Just your two. Wow.
But I took Spinderella from a 130 average to a 190 average because she wanted to know how to bowl. And so we worked on her game, and she became.
How's she been? I haven't heard her name.
She lives in Houston and married to this comedian dude. And they're doing well down there. So this is my homegirl, April. She's a casting agent. She does, she's tall too. That's why they call her Tall April.
I remember her.
She about the same. She came to my birthday party. Remember? When
I remember.
I
remember her.
Yeah, that was good times. But yeah, I got more pictures, but they're not right here. These are just the ones I put on. What do you call it? Facebook. But oh man, those are good times back then, man. But the funny thing is, whenever we have these certain parties, like when Bubbles does her thing, I still get to see the same people. And it's mainly a lot of people in the industry, casting agents, extras, makeup artists, design artists. They all come together and go to a safe place where nobody's sweating them and be like, oh, that's such and such. Nobody cares. And that's why they like it there. So another one's coming up this weekend, actually. So I will be there and not be square. So
all right.
But yeah, so we appreciate everybody coming on. I'm gonna go check Instagram one last time. And it looks like yeah. So thank you very much, everybody, for checking it out. We don't normally go this long, but when we get to talking about a great subject, it's probably something I know sometimes the title throws you off, but sometimes we just reminisce about things that we've done as Altadenans, and that was part of the history. All that stuff we showed you today with the trendy dances and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I'm going to compile a trendy era picture. In fact, let's do one more look. My boy, along those same lines, because he is really dedicated to it. And when you see his page, you'll know why. So, and we're going to spend 1 minute on this because I know I'm hungry. Jamal's got them. He's looking at that pot roast over there like he ready to sink his teeth into it.
And y'all gotta send us the cars you want to talk about too, because we got to talk about them old cars. We were on them Pintos and Gremlins and Pacers yesterday.
So this is my boy Logan. He was one of the in one of the dance groups back then, and this was his. There's the Creepers. I was telling you about all these parties I've been to. One Nation, Ultra Wave, UCLA dances. Look how cheap it was, $3.
I remember.
Oh my God!
It didn't cost nothing to go to them parties compared to today's
not
money.
At all. Oh, he's got the video on here too.
$40.
He's got another video. What's this video?
Hello, everyone. There we go.
Oh, that's Logan right there. He getting ready to do one of his dance moves.
Party here, and I guess we're just gonna get right to it.
Yeah, shut up talking.
Before I start, I just wanted to say I had originally a nice 4-minute show / exhibition for everybody, but unfortunately timed and I didn't get a chance.
Who was the cameraman?
Right, I'm dizzy.
Right.
Nauseous right now.
Oh my God, leave it there.
So I feel guilty for not doing anything, but I want to give a little background about what I'm about to do before I
Man, if you don't get to the point.
I'm going to do a little exhibition of what's called Trendy Era Dance. Now, Trendy Era Dance started in 1985, and it was popular through 1991. It started with a lot of what you might see in today's music videos when you see dancers behind artists and stuff like that. It all started here in LA, and it's popular. That's back when every dance had a name. Now, some of them you might have heard of, the RoboCop, the Cabbage Patch,
Roger Rabbit.
And, you know, I know all these inventors of these dances. And one I invented myself, which is world famous, is called the Running Man. Even though I wasn't call it that. I didn't call it that when I made it. But nevertheless, tonight I'm about to do a little exhibition on that theme. And I don't know what I'm going to do, so just focus.
He got his creepers on now.
Yeah. He got his trench coat on and everything.
Oh, he needed his
Oh,
cane.
we just painting, man. We're painting all day. It sucks when you by yourself, though.
Right. Just don't have the same effect. Oh.
Hey, baby. Oh, man, the cameraman, what's that? But see, you're supposed to do that with like 5 people behind you and everybody's doing the same thing but doing the opposite.
Right. You still got the moves, though. He's crisp with the moves.
Girl. Uh-oh, there I go.
Yeah. Look at that footwork.
Girls are so sweet to me. My creamy going and thinking behind. Girls are sweet to me. One baby so heavy creation. Oh man, this was the times, boy. I'm telling you. And the cool thing about this is that we used to have DJs make us the dance tape. They'd have to press pause, put the other song on, get it right at the point where it's supposed to change over.
Right.
Man, you go and dance with a girl and be all dancing all around her. She was like, I feel bad. All right, Logan, I gave you your 4 minutes of fame. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, man.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm surprised he didn't have the. Oh, here you go. Look, all the creepers. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
So I had the ones right there, the second from the top, second one from the top. Those are the ones DL gave me. But except it didn't have the print all the way to the back, just on the top. And then I had the checkerboard ones. I don't see these on here though. And I had these ones right here. The ones with the where I just clicked that right there. Yeah. Oh, you can't see the mouse. I was like, no, one is good. But yeah, man, these were the days, boy. Oh my God. I probably commented on one of these.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for some.
Actually, it's these ones I had. Not the ones that, yeah, because these ones are the ones, not these, but the ones right here. So yeah, that was cool though. Had the patent leather ones. So
that brings back fond memories. Man.
good time shared by all. So we just thought we'd give you guys some of that throwback early since we got somebody on tomorrow and Thursday. So we kind of went throwback today. Toni talked throwback. And yeah. So without further ado, it's 12:18. I got to go get my brakes fixed or checked or appointment set. And we'll speak at you later. Smell you later.
Y'all have a fabulous day. Thanks for tuning in.
Appreciate it.
Till tomorrow. Deuces.